Alright gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire Challenge on Ohio Richlands. You join me, it is now July, and we're taking some wheat over for our chickens because they have run out of food, so they are no longer producing eggs. Now we have a ton of eggs, as you can see. We're kind of keeping them for right now because we may end up utilizing them for another production, but if not, we can sell them whenever we need to. There you go, the chickens have now got the food. They should be good to go again. With creating eggs for us. So we're going to dump the rest of this off. We are still actively in the process of harvesting the potato field. Going well, but still lots and lots to do there. I believe it's full too, so I need to go ahead and get it unloaded so the worker can continue on. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. I did see a recent comment on the last episode, I think. I don't think it was the last episode. If it wasn't, it was the one before that. I don't recall. But in any case, negatively saying they didn't like some of the things I'm doing. So I'm going to try to work on it, gang. I'll do the best I can. I'm not I'm not the best by any means. I just talk to you and think about what I'm thinking, you know, and let you know. But I'll do the best I can to try to minimize the time I utilized a word a lot, I guess, in the last few episodes. Yes, it is full, so let's get this unloaded. Probably doesn't bother everybody, but certainly I can understand how it bothers somebody. I went back and watched it again, and I get it. I get it. I'll do the best I can. I can't guarantee or promise anything. I just like I said, I just talk to you as things come to my mind, regardless of what it is. And I sometimes might utilize the same words. So we got a lot of potatoes in here. I think we have some room in some of our productions now. There's definitely some room in this one. Not a ton, but there is some room in there. As far as our BGAs go, oh yeah, we could definitely use some in the BGAs. This one pretty much full, but this guy is not. This guy definitely has plenty of room, so let's go take this 89,847 over there. Now, other than this field today, the only things really to accomplish is the field back there that we drilled in the last episode. Needs to be fertilized for the second application, and it needs to be sprayed. Now, technically, this field, we could try to start drilling part of it, you know, split it up, but I don't think we're quite there yet. If I split it up, I want to split it up looking at the field this way. I want to split it up horizontally. I don't want to split it up vertically. So, I don't think we're quite there to the point where we're ready to do that. I've got a lot of field here still to get through. So, then there's this section down here which the worker will not touch, so we've got to take care of that as well. So, not quite ready for that yet. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what the hell else are you going to do today, Z? Well, we'll probably do a little bit of the potato harvest today, and we may. I'm putting some asterisks in the air, some quotes in the air, finger quotes in the air, whatever you want to, however you want to go about understanding it. We might buy another field today. I know that's crazy. I probably shouldn't, because we're just utilizing all the money that we're now finally starting to make, but there's another field that's ready that's close to us. Well, close-ish. It's a big field. Not as big as the potato field, I don't think, but it's pretty close. It's only $600,000, so it is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, we'll be under $3 million. But it has wheat, which means straw, which we have no straw left at all now at this point. So I'm kind of leaning towards getting it. I don't know for sure if we will or not, but I'm kind of leaning towards it. I guess it really depends on how long this episode takes. Or for what I really want to accomplish today, which I told you is not much. I mean, a lot of the potato harvest is really still going to be continued to be done by the worker, but we will do a little bit of it today. So that's full, as I kind of expected, so we're going to take the rest of this over across the way here and get our production over here full with potatoes. Now, that production over here with the potatoes, it obviously has a lot of other things we can accomplish and do, right? And what I mean by that is, actually, this grass field, is it ready to harvest? No, it's not. Well, I mean, you can harvest it, but you're not going to get a good yield out of it. The production we put down, the potato processing production, we can do some vegetable fat. Now, we would need some other things to do that, but we can do that, which would allow us to do, you know, French fries, among other things, right? There's some eggs in here, which is the reason why we were potentially keeping the eggs, that we can make, you know, potato pancakes, technically. We would need starch, but I think starch is made... I can't recall how we got starch. There was a way to get it. Oh, we're getting the starch with the premium potatoes, excuse me. So, I mean, I think I'm going to start storing the starch, at least for right now, temporarily. Because that's kind of where I want to go with it, right? I want to get these potato pancakes going. Which means whenever we do have a harvest that is for soybeans and or canola, we're going to be taking this over here now and utilizing it as vegetable fat. Because I want to use those eggs. I want to utilize those eggs. Now, what I might end up doing as well, soon, gang, based off of what I just told you, is upgrading our skid steer. Now, our skid steer is great. I've loved it the whole time, but it's slow. We really need something that's a little bit faster because we're moving wool pallets from there all the way over to there. We're moving the egg pallets from there all the way over here. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? It's not a fast process. It takes a long time to do that. So maybe if we speed it up a little bit, maybe it'll help us. I don't think I mentioned in the last episode. Maybe I did, but I also moved the mower down here as well. It doesn't really have a shed or anything I can go into. It can't fit in this shed, the little shed that's attached to our sheep pen, but it's fine to sit outside. It's not that big of a deal. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things aren't bad here. Things aren't bad here. Everything considered. We're doing all right. I went ahead and stopped the worker because he's almost to the end here, and he was over 80% full. I don't want him to flip back around because then I have to back it up and it just takes longer. So I just went ahead and stopped him now before we get to the end here. That way we can set him back off on his way here in a second once we get this unloaded. Alright, while that's happening, let's jump into this so we can get going on this field. Now, we're going to do this field pretty much entirely ourselves. This is one of the main fields that the worker always has an issue with if I ever decide to put it on a worker. So we're just going to do it ourselves to make sure we get it done. It's not going to take us too long to do it, and since we don't really have anything else to do today, besides the potatoes and this, we're going to do it ourselves. Now, the field I'm talking about, let's do a quick save here. The field I'm talking about potentially buying is this field right here. It's a big field. Not as big as 6 or 4, whatever you want to call it, but it's still a pretty big field. A little bit of an awkward shape, but it's not too awkward where I don't think a worker would be able to do it. I think the worker could do most of it. Maybe they would get stopped in one section depending on how I started the actual harvester if I had it on a worker, but that's a decent sized field. Would get a lot of straw off of that, and that's how we're going to succeed in this series. I mean, it's already evident to me, since we have 2 BGAs running now, that is our key to success and to get $1 billion here. Alright, I'm going to turn that off real quick. Let's back this up just a hair. And flip over to here and turn it back on a worker. Perfect. They're going to keep on going. And we can get started back on this again. So, we'll continue on here. Get this field all fertilized. Then we're going to get the sprayer out. We're going to get this field sprayed. It shouldn't take too long to do both of these. It shouldn't be too long of a time lapse. Unless I decide to jump over and start doing the potato harvest in part of it. I might at the end, right? I might take over for a little while and do some of it. Haven't fully decided that yet. But we'll see. Regardless, we'll get this going. We'll get this field done at a minimum in the time lapse, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, it's a little bit longer than I expected there, gang, and apologize for the little bit of a jump cut in the middle of the time-lapse there. I kind of forgot where I put the sprayer. It's been a couple of days since I've done the last episode, so kind of forgot where I put it. I forgot I stuck it down there. I put it down there just to try to make it easier on myself, but I ended up being, well, I guess it really didn't matter. I took the fertilizer spreader back here. I guess if I would have left the fertilizer spreader back there, it would have been alright, but nevertheless, we got it. We got it sorted out. So let's put this away. I believe the worker is full. I think they were full for a while on the potato field, but that's alright. Wasting a little bit of money. But It's fine. Not that big of a deal. And as expected, yes, the worker's full and they're facing the wrong way, so it is what it is. We'll move it out slowly, try not to kill any of the crop if at all possible. So the time lapse is a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but it still wasn't too bad, I don't think. It should be probably around a 3-ish minute time lapse, I think. Maybe 4, but probably 3. It might even be less than 3, actually. In any case, not too bad. Let this unload a little bit more, and we'll get going here on the potatoes. We'll do a little bit of the potatoes, but I don't think we're gonna do that much. It's better just to have a worker doing it. Honestly, I'm gonna kill more than the worker will do. It's very easy with this machine to kill it, because the tires and everything is very easy to kill the crop. The worker cannot kill crop, so it's just a smarter play for us to have the worker doing it, but. We'll do some of it again, because we haven't done it in a bit. We really didn't do a whole lot of it originally, right? So... But yeah, other than this is it. We've got everything else done for today. I can show you the map quick if we do a quick save here. Quick autosave. If I show you the map, everything's done. The only thing is this field here, which we're working on. We're going to have a lot of things ready in the next episode. We're going to have this field, and this field all ready in the next episode. So that's going to be a lot to do. But other than that, this is it. This is what we got. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards buying that field back there. Yes, it is a lot of money. I get that. It goes against our recent statements of... Let's just try to collect as much money as we can, but so did this potato field, if I'm honest with you. But I think in the long run, this potato field is going to actually make us more money than what we spent on it, plus the harvester. I don't plan on it. It doesn't mean we're not going to, but I don't plan on. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but I'll mention it again. I don't plan on replanting potatoes in this field. I don't actually plan on replanting potatoes at all for the rest of the series. Could change my mind, but I don't plan on it. So when we're done with this field, we can sell this machine back, and we should get a good chunk of our money back on selling this harvester back. Now it won't be the total amount we spent, but we might get 400,000 or 500,000 back, depending on how long it takes us to do the rest of this field. My goal of this field, honestly, is to turn it into pretty much our wheat, barley, or oat field. Well, minimum wheat, barley, maybe sorghum too. Anything that we can drop straw with. That's kind of at least my vision for this field. May change, obviously. I change my mind a lot, but that's at least my initial vision. Just think it makes the most sense. We've got that big, massive front windrower now, and we've got the loading wagon, so we can pick up the straw quickly. Very quickly. Now, the only other thing to do, we're not going to get this section of the field done today. It's just not going to happen. I'm telling you that right now. It's not going to happen, gang. There's too much here. So, the only other option we have is to go against the grain of what I said, which I'm not going to do it. I'm just reiterating. Go against the grain of what I said and do a vertical versus horizontal line. Cut the actual field in 2 or even 3, I guess. But I really don't want to do that. So I think based off of that and our understanding that I don't want to do that, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to work on the potato field here a little bit more. Not a time lapse or anything. I already did a time lapse. We'll just do maybe a bit of a jump cut unless I have something to say. Work on the potato field a little bit more. Put it back on a worker. And probably buy that field. I think it's a win for us. We get all that straw. We're going to make a bunch of money off the straw. We then have another field, a huge field at that we could put something in the ground. So yeah, that's kind of my mindset, my vision. I think that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to clean up this section over here first, just so it's easier for me when I'm driving the trailer in here. I don't have as much to go around. Because as it stands now, I have to go all the way down to the end just to wrap around this so I don't kill the potatoes. Alright, that's all done. We're unloading into the trailer here. We'll get this back up here, turned around, and put back on a worker. I thought the worker was... No, we finished that strip, didn't we? Yeah, we finished that strip. Never mind. Let's do it down here. Let's do it down here. This is better. Alright, we got the worker going again. Not perfect by any means. I didn't really line it up as good as I should have, but that's alright. He'll get it fixed when he gets back up to the end. So, I mean, I guess we've made our decision here, gang, right? We know what we're gonna do. We know what we want to do. What's in the used market? That's a nice tractor. Those are nice, but we really don't need those right now. So we'll just gloss over that. I'm hoping, I've said this, I don't know how many times I've said it. I'm hoping for a harvester or or header to pop up in the used market for us, so we can upgrade this guy for an relatively inexpensive amount. Will it happen? Probably not, but I'm hoping for it. 631,000 out the door. We're down to 2829. Going completely against everything I said. We were just going to start collecting stuff and just holding on to it and getting boring. I mean, we are kind of in a slightly boring state, I guess, besides the fact that we bought a potato field. That's new and fresh. And potato production, right? Those are all new and fresh things, but really we're just trying to progress here as fast as humanly possible, given the time crunch before FS25, right? So let's get down to this field. It's going to take a long time to harvest this. A long time. As a matter of fact, I need gas too. I think I can get gas right here. I have never done it. I tried to go to the one way down here, and I couldn't get it to work, wherever it was right here. Couldn't get it to work. I don't know if this one's going to work or not, but regardless, we're going to need gas. We're not going to get this done without gas. And I probably should have serviced this thing, honestly. Oof. I should have probably looked at that. You will. Let's see if we can get gas from this thing or not. It's over here, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's break your immersion for a minute and see if I can get it. No, I think I have to buy it, don't I? That's probably what it is. You have to own it and then buy it. Alright, well, I'm going to take this back really quick. I messed up there. I'll take this back really quick. I'll get this actual harvester serviced, and I'll give it some gas. Alright, we're back, gang. It's cost a little bit of money. It cost us like 12 grand to do all that, to fix everything up and get some gas for this thing, but nevertheless, we got it done. We're going to get started here. A little bit of an awkward beginning. I should have came up this way, but that's alright. We'll make it work. We're underway. This is going to be good for us, I think. I really think that. So it's quite a big field, as you can see. Not a slouch by any means. A little bit of an awkward shape, but it's not too bad. The worker should, for like the most part, like I think I said this already at the beginning, but I'm gonna say it again. Should for the most part, I think, be able to do this without any major setbacks or issues. In theory. Put it on the worker now, briefly, because this guy's full. Now, ideally, between now and the next episode, we get the rest of this part of this field that I actually kind of cut in half done. That's the ideal situation. I don't know if we will or not, but that's the ideal situation. And then we can work on the rest of that, you know, moving forward. That way we can at least put some kind of makeshift cut across on this field, regardless if I put it where I actually set the tone at here, or if I, you know, make it down that way a little bit more, whatever I decide to do. And then we can at least put something in the ground here while we continue to work on the rest of the field, right? If that makes any sense. I feel like that's what we really should be doing now to make sure we're, you know, getting the best bang for our buck on this massive, massive field. Now, I have this just kind of sitting here again. I gotta move it down here to the end really quick. I don't think there's any pallets of wool ready to be taken to Grandma's house. Now, also, one note quickly on Grandma's house. I did turn off the auto selling. You know, for a while there, for a couple months, we had it on auto selling. The price still isn't really that bad, but it's not good either. It's just kind of mediocre. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's somewhere in the middle-ish. So I turned it off. We're storing the pallets of clothes again. And we will be storing those until next year, basically. So, gonna have a lot of pallets in there, probably. This might be the time where a lot of you, I know a few of my members, Matthew, Neve specifically, have mentioned it, but it might be the time where we have to put in another, you know, either another Grandma's house or some other clothes production of some sort. There's still bales of grass in there, so I'm not too concerned with the sheep. I think they're fine. I don't think they need water either. I think they're fine on water too. I'm just going to back this up right here. For now, like I said, I might upgrade that. I'm kind of hoping something pops up in the used market, but I might, you know, upgrade that to a wheel loader or something else that's a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, and hopefully make it a little bit easier on ourselves, I guess is what I should say. Now, I did not do a headland pass yet on this field. We're going to do it now. We're going to need to get a trailer over here, though, pretty quickly. We're almost full, as it is. So when that worker went down, I don't know what the worker just started at a random location and stopped. It's those trees, I'm telling you. The trees are always the problem. I should probably get that tree devourer out here and get rid of some of those trees with the wood stumps, but the wood chips. But I think I'm waiting on that. I'm going to get rid of pretty much every tree around all of our farm fields just to make everything easier on us. But I'm probably going to wait till the winter months. That's the best time to sell the wood chips anyway. So let's just wait till then. We'll suffer until then. We've already suffered for long enough. What's another 6 months, right? Yeah, there's a lot of straw that we're going to get on this field. This is definitely worth it, I think. I think we'll get the 600,000 off this field pretty much almost from this harvest, because we're going to put all this wheat into, you know, the production of making flour, right? Maybe eventually we utilize that flour elsewhere instead of just auto-selling it like we're doing now. But regardless, we're going to put it into the flour. So that's going to make us a ton of money. Oh, stop. I just killed some crop. Oops. So that's going to make us some money. And then all this straw is going to go into the BGAs, which is going to make us a ton of money, as it normally does, right? So, Where is my case? There it is. So I'm going to work on this one as well. We're going to service this one and give it some gas. It needs it pretty badly. Let's grab the trailer here. Now, I haven't done any bales for a while, and I think we're going to be done with the bales for the significant future. I'm not saying we won't come back to them, but for now, I think I'm too big at this point to do bales anymore. We just need to roll with the loading wagon and all that stuff because we can utilize, you know, the biggest front windrower to be able to pick all that up, and it's faster for us. So I don't have to sit here and spend 4 hours doing a video, then edited it down to 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes for you all to watch. So may not seem like it for any of you that don't do videos. If you do, then you already know this answer, but it takes a long time to do these videos sometimes, especially the big ones, like where we're at right now. We're getting pretty big, so it takes a long time just to do the video, and then it takes around, depending on how big the video is, another hour-ish to do the edit. Plus the processing, you're looking at an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes at a minimum. So, I mean, you factor all that up. If I'm spending 3 hours on an episode just doing the episode and then another hour and 15 minutes, I mean, that's a good chunk of the day, right? That's a good chunk of the day gone. So, if you can speed things up, it tremendously helps, which is why I'm hoping and praying that a harvester comes into the used market, because I really don't want to pay for it elsewise. They're so outrageously expensive. So outrageously expensive. I'd rather spend the money, if we're going to spend the money, I'd rather spend the money on more fields so we get more product and more things to be able to sell, right? I'm kind of rambling there a little bit, but you get what I mean. I'm sure you do. Now, I really like this farm. I wish I kind of would have, well, I don't know, I like our farm too, but I wish I would have sold this farm, I think, originally. It's a little bit bigger than ours. What I mean by a little bit bigger is it has a little bit more things. 2 big, massive sheds there. Then there's open-air barns there. It's got the same kind of silo setup as ours, but then it has these gas tank silos and whatever those 2 silos are. A little bit more room to work with on this yard than ours. But I do like ours, though. Alright, that's unloading. We got to keep going around the headland. This is a very, 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 very big field. I don't know if we'll get it all done today in this episode, or if we do, I might just edit out a lot of it, because if I do this whole field today, which I plan to do, even if it's off camera, it's going to take a while. This is not a small field by any means. It's not a quick process. But realistically, I would like to get all the wheat up today, because we don't have any straw at all at current, and we could utilize it big time, because we have 3 things that we are utilizing the straw for. We can turn the straw into manure, which then goes into the BGA, and then we have 2 BGAs that require straw. One takes a little bit longer to chew through the straw, the other one chews through it at a rapid pace. Now, I'm pretty sure the other thing I could do is start storing some of the stuff we're making for the BGA, but I'm pretty sure, I'll double check it, but I swear I checked it before. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't fluctuate all that much. I'm going to put this on a worker briefly. We got to unload this thing again. I'm pretty sure it doesn't fluctuate all that much, but if I'm completely wrong about it, which I may be, full disclosure, I may be. I like the last time I looked at that was on the 200 horsepower challenge, which was ages ago. If I am wrong about it, then maybe we store some of it for a little while and then, try to go that way. But we've got so much going on in there right now that it may be full faster than you expect, right? So while we unload this, and while it's unloading, we'll look at the menu again real quick and see if I'm correct or incorrect in that statement. Alright, so methane, I don't even know where that is on the list here. probably not down this far, Z. You're getting down into, with the exception of, I guess, of the beets and the carrots and stuff. It's newer stuff, right? Perhaps there's no sell point on this map. That could be also a true statement, and it's kind of looking that way because now we're back to the main stuff. So yeah, it's just selling it, you know, according to whatever it thinks it should be selling at, because there's nothing on the map for it. So never mind. Never mind. Oh well. Anyway, it was worth a look. All right. Okay, so he is. Well, I think the actual field kind of goes a little bit awry there for a while, so we need to go back and fix that. All right, there we go. We're getting a good yield off of this. I don't actually know what the yield was. Actually, let's look at that really quick. I didn't even really look at the yield. Okay, so it was about as good as you can get, 98%. So that's good. So that makes it even better. I was gonna say, I didn't even look at the yield to see if this was a good buy or not, because it could have been really bad yield, and we would have ended up not, you know, getting our full money's worth for buying it. But it worked out. So we're going to continue going around the headland here, gang, and once we do a headland pass, possibly two, we'll throw it on a worker. We'll probably actually have to throw it on a worker before that, if I'm honest with you, because we only have the smaller trailer, and that smaller trailer still holds a decent amount, but we're probably going to have to run that back to our production or our silo, whatever. I probably should put some of it in the silo, because we just used a good chunk of what we had remaining for the chickens. We only have like 5,000 left. I would like to keep around 15,000 in there, just based off of our open air chicken coop. It holds a lot of chickens, and I would assume we're getting pretty close to probably being maxed out on those, because they are reproducing. So they're going to be eating through the food pretty quickly. So we probably should bump up the amount we keep it in the storage for them specifically, just to make sure we have them, you know, them covered when there's no issues. We're almost full again. Much better, Z. You didn't kill any crop this time. Much better, buddy. Much better. So we'll continue on here. We'll continue going around the headland here. Like I said, until we at least do it once, probably twice, though. Twice seems to be the sweet spot for pretty much every field on any map, in any case, whenever you're utilizing a worker. That way, you know, the worker won't have any issues with the tree lines or anything else, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So, let's continue on this path here. Let's get around the headland at least once, possibly twice. More than likely, we're going to do twice, and then we'll see. We'll see what time it is. We'll see how long I think the episode's going to be. I'm pretty much, you know, spitballing when I'm looking at the actual recording times. And we'll go from there. All right, well, everything's going well here, gang. We're moving along, chugging along. We did get 2 headland passes complete on that field, so that will help tremendously. Yeah, and we've got 2 loads of this trailer here, so 2, well, this one's not full, but nearly 2 20,000 liter loads of wheat here, taking it back. I did put a little over 10,000 in the silos, so that should be sufficient until this field here is ready, which I think is the next episode, actually, for the chickens. So we should have plenty in there for the chickens now. So the rest of this, we're just going to keep on taking and directly inputting it into our makeshift mill that we made. We used our imagination to make that mill and continue to make stuff. So we're still making soybean flour out of that, and now we've got the wheat flour going. So those are all on selling. The flour does not really fluctuate that much. Eventually, like I mentioned, we may do a little bit of storing of the flour to distribute it to another production, right? But for now, we're pretty happy with just sending them directly into the selling stage. Yeah, we're going to continue on here. All right, so we're going to continue letting the worker do their thing over here. Got the trailer and the tractor back here. So it looks like they're going to come back up this way. That's perfectly fine. Then we'll split it off. That's not a big deal. That way, once we get most of this done, we can come over here and start trying to get some of the straw up and put that into the BGA. Let's end this worker real quick. We'll flip this out and turn around. Once we get this worker back going again, we're going to take the potatoes that we have in this trailer, and we're going to go try to unload them once again. I don't know how much we're going to be able to get out of this trailer, but we do need to get some of it out if we're going to try to get the rest of this field done. Well, the rest of the field that I, sectioned off done between now and the next episode, right? We've got to get some more space. That or I have to buy a silo for potatoes, and I'm not really wanting to do that. Since I've already mentioned, we're really only going to be doing the potatoes for this field. Once this field's done, we're not going to do the potatoes again. At least that's initially our goal here, is to not do that. So we're going to be doing a lot of back and forth here really quick, because the other one is full now as well, so we'll jump. Once we get this unloaded, we're going to put this back on a worker. We'll jump to the other one, get that unloaded into the trailer, and then we'll jump back into this one and take the potatoes, like I mentioned, and try to drop some of them off if we can do so. Alright, get this unloaded. While that is happening, we'll jump back over to the other John Deere here, and we're going to make some trips trying to get rid of some potatoes. I think the first trip we're going to make this time is to the production. I don't know how many we're going to be able to put in that production, but that's where we're going to go first, because we did put some in at the beginning of the episode, where we also put some in the BJs at the end of the episode. We've pretty much filled those up to max. Now, I don't know how much they've gotten through. This one's gotten through a decent amount, I suppose. This one, not so much, but that is a much slower BGA, so we can at least get some in there, which will help us with our space in the trailer here. All right, let's see how much it'll accept here. Decent amount. 10% of what we had in there. Well, around 10%. We've got one full pallet of wool there, but still not quite where we want to be at yet. While we're here, They're okay on water for one more day. I mean, we probably are going to, you know, do 2 episodes here in July like we've been doing, right? Because we've got to re-drill that field over there. We got to get the straw up, all that stuff. I don't think we're going to have the time to do it today unless I want to make a really, really long episode, which we're already getting up there. I think we're, I mean, again, I mentioned it earlier, and I might have been a little off with my numbers there, but you got the point. I'm thinking we're somewhere around 45-ish minutes right now by the time I'm done editing and time-lapse and all that stuff. I'm thinking we're around 45-ish minutes. So YouTube tells me I should keep my videos around 45 minutes or less, 30 minutes or less most days, because that's what most of you will watch. You won't necessarily watch the whole thing, and now that might be skewed a little bit because YouTube probably only goes off of the first visit to the video, not if you watch part of it and then come back and watch part of it again later. But I think you get what I mean. I'm trying to do the best I can to abide by what YouTube thinks I should be doing, so hopefully the videos get out to more people and we get more traffic to the channel, because that's only good, right? That gets more people interacting with the Discord and everything else that I have. Speaking of that, if you don't know, I do have a Discord. It's got both my channels on there. My third one, which I've mentioned I was going to get going, and I still haven't. I just haven't had the time to do it, unfortunately. So, but it does have both my channels, my farming channel and my normal channel, which I just do different challenges and playthroughs on other games. So, if you haven't, go check that out. Links should be below in the description for you. And yeah, I'm happy to reply to you here or there, either one. So we did NP up a little bit of space out of this, but we're still 66%. I think we're going to get more than, I mean, maybe not, I guess. Maybe we don't get 34% in here, but I suspect we're having 34% still of potatoes to be able to put in here. I think there's more than that. Hopefully there is more than that, right? I don't want to be wrong, and there's not. I want there to be that, if not more. Alright, we'll put that back. This worker's almost full yet again. A lot of just carting back and forth here. I mean, that's kind of where we're at. A little bit less of me actually doing the work, and a little bit more of me just carting stuff back and forth. Which means maybe I should look to upgrade, you know, at least this trailer. So that way I could leave it here for a little bit longer without having to do so much carting back and forth. Come on, worker, get it together, buddy. I don't know what the hell you're doing, but get it together. So I think, gang, with all of that said and all of that discussion had, I think we're going to leave the episode here. Now, I understand we still haven't finished this harvest here or that one over there. But like I said, we're going to do a second episode here in July so we can finish up the rest of this field in July, get all the straw picked up, and get re-drilled, this field re-drilled. Also do the same thing, probably, hopefully, across the way there with potatoes, right? That's the goal, at least. So we'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like and subscribe button. It's free. It helps me a ton. Pretty much the last free thing you can do in the world. There's not much left that's free. So I appreciate each and every single one of those. And until next time, I'll catch you all in the next episode.